got 4-4-2. Alright, so our strikers are Sergio Aguero, Jamie Vardy, Wayne Rooney, Didier Drogba, Luis Suarez, Harry Kane, Diego Costa, Romelu Lukaku, and Robin van Persie.
Aguero, it's just an easy one for me. Like, it's just like I genuinely think he's been the best player of the decade. Like, if we go that far, like 170 plus goals since he's come in. He's been part of one of the most Premier League most dramatic moments, which as a United fan, I'm not even gonna go talk about that. And always there scoring goals. He's been
National player of the decade, Sergio Aguero.
He might, yeah, I think so. Yeah. He's been Sergio Aguero. So for me, Sergio Aguero is a no-brainer. I think he gets. He's a striker. I think he's been the best. Yeah.
He is, right.
Yeah.
He's a striker.
good.
Yeah, you're correct. He's a striker.
I think for me, it's Aguero Kane.
Now for me, I'm thinking of someone else.
So when I was discussing how I can get in my head how I can get David Silva out of this team, I came to the 4-4-2 conclusion. Originally, I was going with Aguero, Kane. Those are the two. Their numbers: Aguero 249 appearances, 173 goals. Harry Kane 192 appearances, 131 goals.
Ridiculous.
Those were my original one. And then I came across a little guy that bites people, Luis Suarez.
I was just gonna mention
And I
him too.
remember that season, and I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. There's no Kane season that tops that one season. Actually, for me, it's 2 seasons, but that main specific season that Suarez had, and none of Kane's seasons touches Van Persie's 2 seasons at Arsenal for me.
But not with. You're right, but it's the same thing. Van Dijk for me was the best defensive performance of the decade, right? Didn't put him in the team because we're looking at the decade, right? That's what I'm saying. But for me, that was the best season. Not just the decade. You could go back further. Like, that defensive performance was incredible, right?
He should be on it. Let's go back.
So if we're doing it on who's had the best season.
But I think it's
in
a
the
mixture
decade.
of all that. It doesn't have to be just one thing. I'm not just going on like for the right player, I'm gonna bring in consistency, right?
Like,
For the right player, I'm gonna bring in like a season or 2.
You know what I mean?
It all just depends. It
Yeah,
depends on
Aguero
what it
is, for me, is a no-brainer, as I've already mentioned. Like, but the 2 players that I'm still thinking of is, well, Luis Suarez or Diego Costa.
Costa's not touching this team,
Costa-
dog.
I mean, he's not touching it, but he's in the honourable
Nah,
mention.
he's not, man.
I think he's.
Nah.
I genuinely think he's in the honourable mention.
You think Diego, like, let's say whoever, Kane or whoever was in this list, like your second or third would be Diego Costa.
Honourable mention. If you put Jamie Vardy in there, then yeah, but I'd put Diego Costa in there.
But
Costa,
if I'm being a consistent, no, Diego Costa, Christ, no. He's
But
not getting in this
like-
team. He's a great, listen, and he's had a good run in the Premier League. He's not a bad striker. He's been a fantastic striker, but he's not getting in. He shouldn't be in the team. He's not but even if you look at, bro, if we're being consistency merchants, then who's been more consistent than Romelu? You know what I mean? But we can't put him in the team. Like, Romelu is consistent. He's a steady Eddie. He gets his goals. He bags his goals, but he's not getting in his team.
If Hanish was there, he'd be bringing up the Glenn Murrays and the.
But the
Good thing
consistent.
he's not here.
Kane has had consistency and quality, continuously winning
You know-
golden boots, being up there in the top 2 strikers for the season. He scores all kinds of goals, good goals, ugly goals.
Yeah, I'm
all sorts,
You know,
like,
I still remember Luis Suarez. You know, you were mentioning that season and where RVP I think scored more goals and I think he was Player of the Year. My favourite player that year, as if I was a neutral, was Luis Suarez. I just
Wait, what year? The season before Suarez won the PFA.
was it. You know when United won the league?
Yeah.
Who was the PFA Player of the Year? That
Suarez.
was it. Suarez.
No, Suarez was the next year.
I think wasn't it Van Persie?
It wasn't Van Persie. He didn't win.
Van Persie won it 2 years running. He won it in
He won it at
won it in
He didn't win it
2013
at
and 2012.
He didn't win at United. Someone else won it.
Didn't he?
He didn't win at United. No, he actually came 3rd in voting. I remember.
Oh, he won it 2 years running. He won it 2 years running. I know
I
that.
think it was
for sure, I
Arsenal.
think.
He didn't win at United. Hold on. I know this. Oh, who was it? It was Bell. Bell won it that year.
Oh yeah, Gareth
Bell
Bell.
won it
Yeah,
that
yeah.
year.
No, but I still remember Luis Suarez, right? And like the team he was playing in, and the players he had around him. I just felt like what Suarez was, the numbers he was managing to rack up were just stupid, and I
Can we go back
love
a
Luis
bit?
Suarez as a player.
We were quite disrespectful to Gareth Bale. It just hit me. He won 2 PFA Player of the Year in this decade. He won 2.
He did, but we were putting him ahead of.
I'll put him on the left. Why not? I'll put him on the left.
Over Hazard.
And Hazard back in the 10. We go back to the
Nah.
formation. Back to front football. I'm just saying we kind of dismissed him way too quickly. That's what I just wanted to say. But yeah, he's not in the team. So I can't really argue Aguero and Kane, but I want my boy in there. Well, he's not my boy. He's a racist. But but with that aside,
I want Van Persie in there too, but I can't.
I'd have Van Persie in there. I would.
For them 2 years.
Van Persie to me,
Or
like
3
I
years.
thought, yeah, 3 years.
Yeah.
But like I just remember him so fondly them last 2 years at Arsenal. Like he was just nuts, man. Like, the
If
goals
you give us Van Persie, if you give me Van Persie, I'll vote Suarez.
Nope, because I'm having Kane. Because I'm not having another United player.
I'm not.
I don't want Van Persie. Like I'm like
You
obviously,
don't think Van Persie joined us, won the league, he won the Golden Boot the year before?
I
He's
loved
PFA.
him, but I personally preferred Suarez as a player. I just thought like him. I just thought he had so much more, and like the goals he was scoring, and in that Liverpool side as well. I just remembered because that Liverpool side, then when I look back, right, such a shitty team, and they finished second that season. They were on. Suarez was brilliant. Like I know his like whatever stuff that goes on in his personal life, off the pitch stuff, always like
No,
overshadowed.
mate, it's on the pitch.
Sometimes
What happens on the pitch?
Yeah,
It was the worst.
overall.
Like Suarez was so good. Like he's one of the best strikers I've seen. I started watching football quite late, like after 2012, 2013 onwards, right? But Suarez for me was just his all round game. I think he could just, as you said, like with Kane, he could score all kind of goals. That's what I thought with Suarez. He could score from anywhere.
But he just wasn't in the BPL long enough. That's the thing. Because Suarez has overall is a better striker than Van Persie.
But then,
in their
then
careers.
as
But
Jerome
Van
mentioned
Persie
earlier,
has
but
had
that
more
when
of
he
them.
what time he was and the numbers he put up with the players around him and the team and that he was in. Like he was playing with, what was it, Sterling? Like Sterling was like what, young, like 18, 19 or something like that?
Yeah, but Van Persie come and won the league. Suarez didn't. I feel like Van
Quality
Persie's-
that season on the Premier League was really bad, you know that, right? Like it was
I
a
don't-
really like when United won, but I'd look at it.
And I'm not saying he didn't win United the Premier League.
He single-handedly,
'cause he
he
did, 'cause
single-handedly
Yeah, he
scored
carried
United
us
the
to
league.
the title.
But you did get roughly the same amount of points as you got the year before when you didn't win the league. So I don't know. Doesn't really say much, but I don't know. I think I'll stick with Kane. I think I'll go with Kane. The numbers for me, he's done it for a really long time, and the numbers speak for themselves, man.
Yeah, for the
numbers
decade,
speak for
Kane and
themselves.
Aguero.
Aguero and Suarez for me. Just for me personally, that's my fish. But that's.
Listen, I'll go with Suarez. Like we could outvote Steve anything.
I know,
I'm not-
as a United fan, but I loved Suarez as a player, man. It doesn't matter. And then when he went to
Are we going Suarez?
Should we play one up top? Should we play
I-
one
I'll
up
go
top?
Check out
Suarez.
Suarez.
Oh.
Okay, Suarez. All right.
Suarez over
We've
Kane.
We've got our team of the
Don't
decade.
want
We've
Kane,
got our
man,
team of the decade. So our team of the decade, as it currently stands, is the 4-4-2 is David De Gea in goal, Branislav Ivanovic, Rio Ferdinand, Vincent Kompany, Patrice Evra, Yaya Toure, N'Golo Kante, Mo Salah,
Listen, I don't
Eden
co-sign.
Sergio Aguero, and Luis Suarez.
I don't
That is
co-sign Suarez, but
that is our 11 of the Premier League decade. Got it, boys.
democracy evil sometimes.